Old is authentic. Old is genuine. Old is valuable. Some say old is even beautiful. Maybe you needed to hear that today. Those are not my words. Those come directly from Dr. Billy Graham, the world's best known, best loved preacher, evangelist, and a man who's written a book that I hope you are going to read. Nearing Home, Life, Faith, and Finishing Well. It is a book for all ages, especially people who are moving into midlife, I would say. Franklin Graham, would you agree with me?
Sure.
That especially if you're in the sandwich generation, if you're looking toward retirement, if you're in retirement, it's not too late to get an adjustment that I think your dad brings.
Well, it's just a lot of practical information, just from things that he has learned in the last 10 years of life, things
He
that
walks-
he wasn't expecting.
He walks you through things that it's sometimes hard for children to talk to their parents about.
No question.
Power of attorney,
No question.
a living will,
Yeah.
making the hard decisions before it can become family contention and strife.
And just some of these things Daddy was making adjustments in this last week. As he gets older, he realizes I need to do this or do that. So he's still tweaking these things, but he's ready. If God were to call him home today, he's got his house in order. We know that. But I don't think he was ready maybe 10 years ago. He was partially ready. Partially. Because there's some things you just don't want to do yourself. You don't want to think about some things, and you kind of put them off, kind of like cleaning up the attic. I'll get it some other time. But my father, he just has just made it a focus in his life to finish and put his house in order, but at the same time try to have a book that would be helpful to others that are following a few steps behind him.
He's been a wonderful counselor, page after page. Listen to this. Look for the Lord's purpose in every circumstance and in every face or voice you encounter daily, for the time he has given you is not without purpose. Prepare for each day by asking the Lord to open your eyes to what is going on around you. You may feel lonely, but perhaps the Lord will use your smile to draw someone else close to you. You may experience pain, but the Lord may use your resolve to strengthen another who doesn't have the will to go on. We can reject the opportunity to be used of God, or we can seize opportunities to impact others as a testimony to Him. Your dad's talking from experience, loneliness, pain, but he's worked through all of this in his own journey.
Well, when you say work through it more, I think it's a process. And, some days, there's a lot of pain, and you don't feel like smiling. But I see my father still forcing that. And when someone helps him, just a simple thing, like tying a shoe, I've noticed my father is every time, thank you. And a nurse helps him out of the bed. A doctor comes in, thank you. He is constantly, even when I come to see him, he hugged me the other day, Franklin, thank you for coming to see me. I mean, thank me. You don't need to thank me. I mean, it's a privilege. It's an honor for me to be able to come see you. Thank you for letting me come see you. But he's just so gracious in all of these things, Maura.
It has blessed all of us. I don't think it's Canadian American. I don't know, maybe it's a Southern thing, but all of the Grahams talk about their fathers. Well, the endearment is daddy. It's not dad, it's not father, it's daddy. It's so warm, it's so affectionate. And here you are, 60 years of age, and you call your dad daddy.
I still call him daddy. And if he tells me to do something, I still do it. And I say, yes, sir. Even at 60 years of age, he's still my father, and I respect that, and I'm going to be obedient to my father.
You model something that your dad says in his book is very much on the wane, and that is respect for the elderly. Respect for older authority, even.
And we're losing that in our society today. But I was taught to respect my parents, And my father, if we showed disrespect, we could disagree, but if we showed disrespect, my father and my mother did not tolerate disrespect. And so I had a few hard lessons.
But look how it's paid off.
Yeah, sure. I'm grateful for every time my parents disciplined me, because they didn't do it out of hatred or meanness. They did it out of love, because they wanted me to be the man that God intended me to be. And they wanted to make sure that I listened and understood. And I thank God for them. I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be in the ministry today if it wasn't for my mother and father. And I'm so grateful to them for their love, their patience, their prayers, and my father here in his old age, that he still cares and he still wants to give insights on how he can help in my life and in that of my family. Just knowing that he's praying for me, how much that means. I was in Winnipeg preaching and get a note from my father praying for you. You know how much that means.
Franklin Graham, thank you for your obedience to your parents and to the Lord's call on your life.
Oh, thank you.
And for the privilege of having these extra insights so that we can offer them to you along with a wonderful book, Billy Graham's Final Encouragement for the World. I hope this will be a global blessing. Nearing Home, Life, Faith, and Finishing Well. Oh boy, may we all. Here's how to get your copy.
Billy Graham, by the grace of God and the support of his family and team, has guided millions of people to faith in Jesus.
Come and receive him into your heart and say yes to him.
His legacy as an evangelist is unmatched.
And eternal life does not begin when you die and go to heaven. It begins here and now when you make this choice for Christ.
Now in his 90s, he's reaching out with a final message of what it means to finish well in this life. Nearing Home is a moving narrative that speaks to this side of heaven about building strong foundations, facing life's transitions, making wise decisions, and understanding our glorious hope. This offer is our thanks to you for your best ministry gift in support of Crossroads. To order your copy of Nearing Home, visit crossroads.ca, write to us in Canada or the United States, or simply call 1-800-265-3100.